fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse, I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and before I do begin, I do want to say something. This part might actually get very confusing, because I was thinking about how to do certain things for this series, because of how I set it up in the beginning without knowing if it was going to be a full Marvel crossover. Now, since I'm now at least sure of it, and it is going to be a Marvel My Hero Academia crossover, I feel more comfortable doing what I'm going to be doing here. I actually thought about it earlier today, and going forwards down the line, it actually does help make more events flow smoothly. So, if you guys are confused, please bear with me till the end. Now, with that being said, let us begin. We had Joe Fixit in the last part. Him and Grey Hulk faced off against Thor. After losing that battle, he tagged in Big Green. And our Hulk fought Thor, to which he did promptly then beat the shit out of him before running off. Joe Fixit waking up in Nevada, confused. Now, he was unaware as to what was going on. However, after at least trying to talk to Deku, he found out one thing. Deku, he doesn't want to come out. Whatever he remembered, it scared him into a cage. And right now, in Deku's words, he just wants to be left alone. And that got kind of worse. As the days went on, they turned into weeks. And Joe, from trying to reach out to Deku, discovered more and more that Deku, not only did he want to stay inside this cage, he just wanted to fall asleep. He wanted to fall asleep and stay asleep. And eventually one day, Deku closed his eyes. And Joe, he didn't hear from him. Joe thought that Deku might have vanished, but at the same time he does try to still reach out. And, well, it was from then on he knew one simple thing. He can still feel Deku there. Somewhere in their mind, Deku's hiding. And he guesses he'll be out again one day. But for right now, they have to figure everything out. Around this time, they were still homeless. They couldn't turn to anybody. They couldn't do anything. It's either be free and on the streets with virtually no money, just getting scratched from people who do give you money, or you have everything you can ever want in a cage. Now, Joe, he does actually figure some things out, as we actually will cut up to an unknown amount of time later, where Deku, he actually does open his eyes, and he's kind of confused. The last thing he really does remember is hearing about the fight with Thor, and, well, just, being at home with those pills. Him going to sit up. My head. Before he does actually pull his hand back and look around, as he's in a room. Huh? What the hell? Now, Deku's very confused. This isn't a home. This place. It looks so fancy. And there's a window. There's a patio. Deku going to stand up, As he does so, he does actually find that he's wearing at least some form of clothing underneath, some elastic boxers, so that's kind of nice at least. Deku walking over and going to open the door, walking outside and looking out, as he does see a large city, and he's just trying to find out what happened. Okay, this isn't good. Wait a minute. Joe. Why does that name sound familiar? My thoughts, they feel just strained. Now, Deku shouldn't piece it all together, as you do actually have where the door to the room does burst open. And Deku, he actually has to go to spin around, as he did hear that. As somebody did walk in and immediately go to look at the bed, as he's not there, before they actually do turn and see Deku walking back inside. Hey, who are you? Do you know how I... The person running up and immediately going to throw themselves down in front of Deku. Explain that they're very sorry, boss, and that they're really happy he's back. What? Wait, did you just call me your boss? Yes, I did. I can't believe it. It's been so long. You have no idea what's been happening. Christ. Um, there's people in your territory now. Everybody, the casinos, they've gotten pretty bad. The rise of supervillains, superpowered people, heroes, the disappearance of heroes, it's just all fucked. Hang on. Slow down a bit. I just kind of woke up and I don't really know what's happening and right, sorry boss. What's the last thing you remember? Um that's a hard one. You keep calling me your boss. Yes, sir. Y- Uh okay. Hmm. Now, Deku does ask if his name is Joe. Hmm? Sir, that would be your name. You're the top enforcer here on the strip. You're Joe Fixit. Now, Deku, he's surprised by that. Joe Fixit? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to catch up on everything. I think my memory might be bad. Hmm? Yeah, sorry, I apologize, sir. I understand just after flashing back, you must be very confused. Flashing back? Sir, you don't remember much? No, not really. But, flashing back, what are you talking about? Now, this may need to start to explain. Deku and a lot of people, they disappeared. And they've all been gone for 5 years. However, now they're back. Wait, what? Yes, boss. It's just been crazy and chaotic. We've already found at least 40 other people in this hotel. And many of us thought we would find you, at least somewhere downstairs, but we just checked here. Okay, we disappeared. Wait, um, I'm sorry. We need to sit down and you need to explain this all to me. Now, the guy would listen to Deku's orders. As the two, they do sit down and Deku does hear about it. One day, 5 years ago, people they just disappeared. And that was after Deku started working here. Deku, he was a bum in Las Vegas. And he actually stopped, or at least Joe, stopped a robbery from a casino. And whenever the person in charge of the casino did actually offer Deku a reward, he wanted a job here. And even then, a giant guy in a suit? This guy is bigger than All Might. Probably even bigger than most men. If you see this guy and you've messed with a casino, you know he's the one they sent. It's quite simple. They all get paid or pay Deku protection money. And even then, his services, they went through the roof the day it happened. I'm sorry, the day what happened? Boss, come on. The day Quirk disappeared. What? Now, the guy does just stare at Deku. Uh, I'm I'm sorry. You're telling me while I was out, 5 years passed, I died apparently, or something happened with me with those 5 years. Quirks disappeared, and I'm in Las Vegas. Yes, sir. Las Vegas, America. Yes, sir. And you can speak Japanese. No. You're speaking English. How do I know fucking English? Now, Deku does say that last part to himself. What did Joe do? This is all bad. But wait, hang on. If he did this here, then maybe some things may have changed, yeah. Wait, hang on. I have a few more questions. The guy getting Deku's questions, and Deku getting answers. As Deku, he does at least go to make a phone call, and he does at least find out today's date. As he did walk over to the phone to dial in a phone number, he did actually go to look into the mirror that is right there on his nightstand. Deku actually want to bring it up, as he does see that not only has his face gotten a bit larger, he actually has grown some facial hair. What the hell? Now, you do actually have where the phone is ringing, as it's currently, let's say, somewhere past 10 p.m. in Japan. And when this phone does ring, somebody does go to pick it up. Hello? Yes, hello. Is this the Bakugo residence? Hmm? Yeah, it is. What's up? I'd like to speak to Katsuki Bakugo. Hmm? My daughter? I think you must be mistaken. She blipped away. Um, Mitsuki, I don't think that's the case. Who is this? It's me. It's. Wait a minute. Say something again? Mitsuki, it's Izuku. No. Mitsuki, she immediately throws herself forward awake. Izuku? Izuku. He was left uncounted for. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm confused. You blipped, didn't you? I guess I did, yes, but I'm back. Now, Deku actually has here a few things, as he actually is going to pull the phone away from his ear. Hearing loud footsteps as a door to slam open. Before at least a scream and another startled scream. As what basically can be described as surprise is heard on the other side. Now, Mitsuki, she's more or less happy and angry. The idiot's back. Her daughter returned. The blip. Whatever happened today, it's happening all around the world. Now, Mitsuki, she actually has at least go to bring the phone back up to her ear, asking exactly where is he. Mitsuki, I don't think that's a good idea to talk about. No, 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 no. You have to come back. Listen, things, they've gotten crazy, and yeah, I kind of already heard. You guys are quirkless now, right? This being where Mitsuki, she actually has to stay quiet. She doesn't really know if she's, you know, quirkless. She doesn't like that word. that word was made into something different after quirks became widespread. And then there's really her daughter. She hasn't even tried to see if she maintained her powers, or really what might have changed. It's just been so freaky lately. The phone call, now this. She was dead asleep, but now she's wide awake. She just can't believe it. Now, Deku, he does at least start to watch the news while talking to Mitsuki. And he does discover quite a bit of things have happened these last 5 years, or should I say, near to 6. Deku finds out about Charles Xavier revealing himself as a mutant. And after that, you do actually have where the Brotherhood of Mutants was formed. And they actually try to be advocates for their species. It just seemed kind of crazy. Shortly after the Brotherhood formed, you had where a few months later, quirks started to de-manifest, you could call it. They just seemingly started to disappear. You don't really know what happened. All you know is there was a power surge in the Atlantic. And that's what happened. That's where it must stem from. So really, what do they have to really say or go on here? Unusual power readings and then powers disappearing? That can't be a coincidence. So, wait a minute. Okay, okay. This is all bad. Wait a minute. Now, a few things do pop into Deku's mind as he does continue to watch the news. Apparently, the Brotherhood, they were blamed for this incident. Quirks suddenly disappearing because of mutants popping up. It was believed that one of them was a leech, stealing abilities, and he got through the entire world. And the eradication for mutants, it seemed like it was deemed a necessary evil. Now, Deku does then start to hear about the Sentinel program. As he does, someone start to get angry. And as he was getting angry, he accidentally did go to crush his phone. Now, Deku, after doing that, he did actually go to get up, deciding that he does need to get dressed and eat something, since he does feel very hungry for some reason. Now, Deku walks over to his closet and tries to try on some clothing. However, he does just find some blue striped suits that are all not in his size. And he does even find a Hawaiian shirt. Kinda confused by that, but he does decide to wear one simple thing he does see. He wears a tuxedo that is black. And whenever he does go to actually pull off the pants and go to undo the buttons for the jacket, he does find one simple thing. He finds a note on the inside. As he does go to bring his hand up, pull it out and read it. Hi, if you're reading this, you probably woke up. The name's Joe Fixit, aka an alternate personality. Okay. Now I know this is all very confusing, but I did what I had to for us to survive. And yeah. As long as the guys don't give you too much shit and you just make sure to gain their respect, you could say, it'll be fine. Let's see. Here's the door numbers for this, here's the numbers for this, here's the numbers for this, here's the number for that, and, well, here's the number for a tailor. Now, Deku, he's kind of alarmed. He's being given credit cards, debit cards, and, luxuries. Even then, whenever he does look around this room a bit more, it has a living room. It has so much. There's even a bottle of whiskey right there by the nightstand on the other side of the bed. And then there's those fancy lamps. Wow. Now, Deku, he does take on the suit. as he does find that it's actually somewhat elastic where he does put it on. And he does at least think that Joe is smart for doing that, as he does walk outside and talk to the guy who found him. Now, some of the other men, they actually are standing there, as they're basically told that the former boss returned. And it was quite surprising. Deku, or the guy that Deku met, apparently he started telling people that Deku had amnesia. Or really that the snap kind of erases memories. People were very surprised by it. But then again, whenever you're dealing with a raging monster that you really don't want to mess with, it can tear you limb from limb like you're just paper mache. You kind of don't want to piss it off either way. So all those guys, they all do look like they're just staying there on edge. And there is whenever Deku is walking past them. As you do actually have where Deku, he tries to understand everything. Him actually going out to eat somewhere and being surprised whenever he is reading the news. Now, Deku, he's kind of intrigued. He's trying to learn more about this strange energy or surge in power that just happened on the planet one day. And it just seems so off to him. It doesn't seem possible. From some of the theories that have been thrown around by scientists to others that have just been thrown around by crackpots, some do make sense, some don't. There's even, well, one theory he has seen. Some people, they do blame it on aliens. And in apparently the time he's been gone, their existence has been proven. So yeah, that's something. So it's actually more likely than people do want to actually admit to each other, since those people don't really sound as crazy nowadays. And there is actually another theory that he does find particular interest in, since it does seem kind of strange to him. The theory is out there, and granted, it does show signs of being very strange. But at the same time, it does also at least show parts of science they don't really understand. And Deku thinks that that might be why it's so alluring to him, why it's the one that's caught his eye. The idea of two universes, them briefly just tapping against one another. It seems kind of strange in practice, but really, it could be possible. There are certain things like events that are all tied together, and then they do separate the two later on. It is possible that an event pulled these two back together before the two they did just fly back apart. So really, it's kind of strange. While this theory isn't really proven, Deku feels like it could be possible. Sure, you need to find a way to prove it first, but that's really the challenge there. The other ways people have posed, they need to prove them too. And there is actually whenever he is sitting down, as you do actually have where he does, at least, go to stand up and go to leave. He's trying to understand everything that's been happening. Yeah, he's in Vegas. Yeah, he's, well, apparently, well set off on himself. But at the same time, he's also kind of concerned. Since apparently the world that has changed, it isn't really the same as the one he left. And he does want to know if some of his family, they're doing okay. As he does decide to try to get into contact with them. There's a certain phone number you're supposed to call nowadays. And apparently, you are supposed to give a name and at least identification. If you're registered as a mutant, you'll actually be able to continue on. But the whole thing is, if you aren't, then you will just be declined. As Deku, he did go to dial the number, and he did actually bring the phone up to his ear. Yes, hello. Can I get your identification? Hmm? Identification? Yes, sir. This is the line to connect to the mutant school. I do believe I'm required to ask for identification. Um, I actually don't have any. Hmm? All right, sir. Well, I believe I will have to disconnect you then. Wait, listen, I just popped back up. Hmm? Oh, oh, you're one of these cases. All right, well, we can get you all sorted out. Do you mind telling me who you are? Oh, um, I'm, well, hmm. Sir, I am waiting. Okay, my name is Izuku Midoriya. The person on the other end of the line, they do stay silent. Izuku Midoriya. That name, that name itself, it is very dangerous to hear. The person immediately disconnected from the phone, and Deku, he's kind of left staying there for a second, confused. As with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.